The Grand Tapestry, a whirlwind tour through the history of the world. Our story begins not with humans, but with the universe itself. Roughly 13.8 billion years ago, a singularity expanded in what we call the Big Bang, giving birth to space, time, matter, and energy. Over eons, hydrogen and helium coalesced into the first stars, which then forged heavier elements in their fiery cores and, in their spectacular deaths, scattered these elements across nascent galaxies. The birth of our home. The Hadean and Archean eons cover 4.6 billion to 2.5 billion years ago. About 4.6 billion years ago, a swirling cloud of gas and dust, rich in these heavier elements, began to coalesce around our young sun, forming the Earth. For its first half-billion years, the Hadean eon, Earth was a molten, inhospitable ball, constantly bombarded by asteroids and comets, a true hellish landscape. Gradually, the planet cooled, forming a solid crust and the first oceans, likely from volcanic outgassing and cometary ice. Then, around 3.8 to 4 billion years ago, in the Archean eon, the most profound event for our story occurred. Life emerged. From simple chemical reactions in hydrothermal vents or primordial soups, the first single-celled organisms, prokaryotes, arose. For billions of years, these microscopic pioneers were the sole inhabitants, slowly transforming Earth's atmosphere by releasing oxygen through photosynthesis. The rise of complexity, the Proterozoic eon, occurred 2.5 billion to 541 million years ago. The Great Oxidation Event, a pivotal moment caused by photosynthesizing bacteria, eventually led to the oxygen-rich atmosphere we breathe today. This paved the way for the evolution of more complex life forms. Around 2.5 billion years ago, eukaryotes emerged, cells with a nucleus and other specialized organelles. Later, in the late Proterozoic, the first multicellular organisms appeared, simple, soft-bodied creatures that represent the dawn of visible life. The explosion of life, the Paleozoic era, occurred 541 million to 252 million years ago. The Cambrian explosion, around 541 million years ago, was a period of unprecedented diversification. Suddenly, a vast array of complex, shelled, and often predatory life forms appeared in the fossil record. This era saw the rise of fish, the colonization of land by plants and then amphibians, and the proliferation of insects. It was a time of epic evolutionary experimentation, punctuated by several mass extinction events, the most devastating of which was the Permian-Triassic extinction, wiping out over 90% of marine species and 70% of terrestrial vertebrate species. The reign of giants. The Mesozoic era, cut 252 to 66 million years ago. Following the Permian extinction, life slowly recovered. The Mesozoic era, often called the Age of Reptiles, was dominated by dinosaurs, which diversified into an astonishing array of forms, from towering herbivores to swift predators. Mammals also made their first appearance, though they remained small and mostly nocturnal. Flowering plants evolved and spread, changing landscapes forever. This era ended dramatically with the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction event, likely caused by a massive asteroid impact, which wiped out the non-avian dinosaurs and many other life forms, clearing the way for the rise of mammals. The Age of Mammals and the Dawn of Humanity, the Cenozoic Era, ca 66 million years ago to present. With the dinosaurs' gone, mammals rapidly diversified and filled ecological niches. This era saw the evolution of whales, bats, rodents, and, eventually, primates. Around 7 to 6 million years ago in Africa, the first hominins, our direct ancestors, began to walk upright. This bipedalism was a crucial step, freeing hands for tool making and other complex behaviors. The Stone Age, the Paleolithic, Mesolithic, and Neolithic periods, ca 2.5 million years ago to ca 3000 BCE. For millions of years, early humans lived as hunter-gatherers, crafting rudimentary stone tools. The Paleolithic period saw the development of more sophisticated tools, the control of fire, and the spread of Homo sapiens out of Africa and across the globe. Cave paintings and early forms of symbolic thought emerged. The last ice age saw humans adapt to harsh conditions, leading to the Mesolithic period with its refined tools and specialized hunting techniques. Around 12,000 years ago, a revolutionary shift occurred, the Neolithic Revolution. Humans began to domesticate plants and animals, leading to the development of agriculture. This allowed for settled communities, the growth of villages, and eventually the rise of complex societies. Pottery, weaving, and rudimentary architecture also developed. The birth of civilizations, the Bronze Age and Iron Age, ca 3500 BCE to ca 500 BCE. With agriculture came surpluses, specialization of labor, and the need for organized governance. The first true civilizations arose in fertile river valleys, Mesopotamia, Tigris and Euphrates, Egypt, Nile, the Indus Valley, and ancient China, Yellow River. These civilizations developed writing systems, cuneiform, hieroglyphs, monumental architecture, pyramids, ziggurats, complex legal codes, and early forms of science and mathematics. The discovery and use of bronze led to new tools and weapons, followed by the even stronger iron. Classical Antiquity, ca 800 BCE to 600 CE. This period witnessed the flourishing of powerful empires and philosophical traditions. Ancient Greece gave us democracy, philosophy, Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, drama, and significant advancements in mathematics and science. The Roman Empire, known for its legal system, engineering marvels, aqueducts and roads, and military might, expanded across vast swaths of Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East, spreading its language and culture. Simultaneously, powerful empires rose in the East, like the Han Dynasty in China, which developed paper, porcelain, and advanced bureaucratic systems, and the Mauryan and Gupta empires in India, which saw significant contributions to mathematics, the concept of zero, and medicine. The Middle Ages, ca 600 CE to 1500 CE. Following the fall of the Western Roman Empire, Europe entered a period often termed the Dark Ages, though this term is increasingly debated. Feudalism emerged as the dominant social and political structure. While Europe experienced decentralization, the Islamic Golden Age flourished, preserving and expanding upon classical knowledge, making significant advancements in science, medicine, mathematics, algebra, and philosophy. In China, dynasties like the Tang and Song saw cultural and technological peaks, including the invention of gunpowder and printing. The Mongol Empire, under Genghis Khan, briefly forged the largest contiguous land empire in history, facilitating trade and cultural exchange across Eurasia. The early modern period, exploration, Renaissance, and Reformation, ca. 1500 to 1800 CE. This era was marked by profound transformations. The Renaissance, starting in Italy, saw a rebirth of classical art, literature, and thought, leading to figures like Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo. The Reformation, initiated by Martin Luther, challenged the authority of the Catholic Church and led to the rise of Protestantism. The Age of Exploration, propelled by technological advancements in navigation, saw European powers embark on voyages that connected continents and established vast colonial empires, leading to the Columbian Exchange, a widespread transfer of plant, animals, culture, human populations, technology, diseases, and ideas between the Americas, West Africa, and the Old World in the 15th and 16th centuries. The scientific revolution, with figures like Copernicus, Galileo, and Newton, challenged traditional views and laid the foundations for modern science. The Enlightenment emphasized reason, individualism, and human rights, influencing political revolutions in America and France. The long 19th century, industrialization and imperialism, around 1800 to around 1914 CE. The Industrial Revolution, beginning in Britain, fundamentally changed human society. New technologies like the steam engine, textile machinery, and later electricity led to mass production, urbanization, and unprecedented economic growth. However, it also brought new social problems, including poverty, pollution, and class struggle. Imperialism reached its zenith, with European powers carving up much of Africa and Asia, leading to widespread exploitation and global power imbalances. Nationalism emerged as a powerful force, leading to the formation of new nation-states and increasing tensions between existing ones. The 20th century, wars, revolutions, and rapid change, around 1914 to 2000 CE. The 20th century was a century of extremes, two devastating world wars, fueled by nationalism, imperialism, and new military technologies, reshaped the global political landscape. The rise of ideologies like communism and fascism led to further conflicts and human rights abuses. The Cold War, a protracted ideological struggle between the United States and the Soviet Union, dominated the latter half of the century, leading to proxy wars and the constant threat of nuclear annihilation. Decolonization movements led to the independence of many nations from colonial rule. Remarkable scientific and technological advancements occurred, including space exploration, the development of computers and the internet, and breakthroughs in medicine. The century also saw the rise of globalization and increasing awareness of environmental issues. The 21st century, the present and beyond, 2000 CE to present. We are currently living through a period of rapid technological advancement, particularly in information technology and artificial intelligence. Globalization continues to deepen interconnectedness, but also highlights global challenges like climate change, pandemics, economic inequality, and geopolitical tensions. The balance of power is shifting with the rise of new economic and political forces. The story continues to unfold, written by the choices we make today and in the future.